والجنون يستمر مع متل جير 3. وحياكم الله مرة ثانية، معكم اخوكم عبد السلام. ونبدا متل جير 3. نقول بسم الله. طبعا متل جير 3 معروف ان احسن جزء متل جير. ليه؟ لان القصة ادمي يقدر يفهمه. يلا نبدا. نقول بسم الله. سوي نيو جيم. طبعا راح يجينا سؤال يقول I'm playing MGS series for the first time، او تقول I like MGS 1 او 2 او 3. شافتها هذه اذا قلت I like MGS 1 يعطيك ستامنا اكثر، الستامنا حقتك تطول. اذا قلت I like MGS 2 تبدا الانترو حقتك تبدا لابس قناع رايدن. اذا قلت I like MGS 3 تفتح لك الثيتر مود مع تعطيك ملابس زياده. خلنا نختار I like MGS 1. نبي نحط على very easy. لا درجة عاد، نبي نحط على النورمال. يلا نقول بسم الله. وقدامنا الحين ساعات عاد. طبعا الحين بس بحاول اوضح شيء بسرعه من ناحيه الدعايات. في بعض الدعايات راح احط لك طاحن علشان باشياء. عشان في اشياء يعني بعدين تجي اكثر من دعايتي راح احط لك طاحن. بس هذه من الحين اقوله. كونامي بريزنتس. لا المفروض مو بكونامي، المفروض اول شيء هيديو كوجيما. هذا هو. المفروض هيديو كوجيما ثم هيديو كوجيما، اسم من اللي سواه هيديو كوجيما، وممثل الصوت هيديو كوجيما. USAF United States Air Force يمكن. لا اتوقع US United States AF Air Force.
Altitude 30,000 feet. Approaching Soviet airspace. 20 minutes to drop off.
Big boss ورا. ام كامبل 0.
All right. You ready to go? Drop zone still showing.
Oi mate.
Camo K. Good. We've got high visibility.
كذا هذا بيج بوس.
Put out that cigar.
لا.
Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask.
صبرك عليه بس خلوه الرجال يستانس. الحين ما خلصت السيجارة ترى غالية هذولي.
Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
أو ما تدري عنه أنت.
Approaching release point. 10 minutes to drop off. Hey, are you deaf? He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
كل واحد مزعجه. وراه وش الوساخة ذي وراه هجتها. بيج بوس وسخ.
Checking oxygen supply. 6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
دقي سولد سنيك ايتر.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up. You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill. 1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear. Activate bailout model. This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
هيلو جامب. high altitude low opening. هذه هيلو جامب. high altitude low opening.
All green. Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4,
3 2 1 اقمز.
spread your wings and fly. God be with you.
راح يتشقلب. احسن ما كان له داعي الشقلب الصراحة. خلاص كم مرة يهديك كوجيما، انا ادري انك سويت اللعبة مو بلازم تعلمنا 5 مرات ورا بعض.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission. Virtual mission? No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it.
يب هذه أول مرة يسوون فوكس الفوكس يونت.
Virtuous mission. Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov.
يب هذا العالم اللي لازم ناخذه.
754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development and the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west.
كفو.
He used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
رهيب زيرو. حتى بعد المثل الصوت بعد يسوي رهيب.
Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent.
بعذره.
And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council.
سبحان الله هذا الحين مو زي وقتنا الحين، وقتنا الحين سعيد وناسة.
Finally, on October 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba.
الحمد لله.
So the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
وشو؟
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
وش يبون كان؟
Sokolov.
يا والله منحاس.
They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
Shadow
At the time,
Heart.
we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I
وش
got
تبي كندي كان
Sokolov
يسوي؟
out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight.
بعذره شو بيصرخ، أنا كان أصيح أنا والله.
Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No. Missiles.
Same technology.
بقول هذا هي.
I guess you're right.
We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now.
أول 10 دقايق يقول لنا بالدعايات أكيد هذه لعبة كوجيما.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
Yep.
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selino Yask, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs? Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
يعني هذه مهمتنا الحين. مهمتنا لازم نرجع سوكولوف، ننقذه. ابدا ما راح يصير شيء. المفروض تفتح برشته الحين ولا شيء. اضغط اروان هنا تشوف منظر سنيك بالدعايات.
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
ما فهمت المظلة اللي فوق المظلة، شفت صغيرة هذه البيضاء، ايش فائدتها؟ فوكس.
A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system.
يبغى اقوله Fulton recovery system.
Take it easy. It's been combat proof.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
والله إذا كان قرار له قل له يا بتموت يا تطير، اختار.
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
وهو بيصير يا زيرو.
breakfast and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
اوتش. يطيح على البحر بعد شوي الحين ويغرق. لا ما يدري. صار يسقع بالشجر الحين، شنطته اللي بظهره اللي صغيرة هذه تطيح وتضيع اغراضه. يب هذه شنطته. اذا شفت احد الدعايات السرية يوم فك الشنطة يطيح، هذا تلقاه دعاية سرية ظهر جت مع الشريط الثاني، تقدر تطلع بعدين. بالاتش دي ما انا متأكد، بس خبره بيان بلاي ستيشن 2. هذا بيج بوس، هذا مو سنيك، هذا الاساسي الاول بيج بوس. طبعا بعدين يشرحون شلون اخذ اسم بيج بوس. وصلت لا مو الحين متلقى صوتك غريب هذه.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory. Somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other.
طب لازم تقول لي.
Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Tom.
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No. There's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
عندك حيوانات.
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
هذه أولها الحين سنيك الحين يقولها بعد شوي.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
Yep.
To climb a tree,
روح لها مدينة
stand
مثلثة.
in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. You can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85.
0.85.
I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you
Okay.
need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
أحسن الحين بعد شوي زيرو. يقول هذه أولها الحين. واو كنت سمع عنه. طبعا لا زال رسم رائع. شوي انا ما اذكر ان هنا في هناك فوق شيء. خلنا نروح اشوف لو اقدر اخذه. اصبر. لا كذا اعطني هذا المشروم ابغى تاكله. ورفس الحية. حلو. خلنا نبدا نجمع اكل من الحين عشان الستامنا حقنا ما ينقص. انا متعود على الكاميرا كذا فبخليها كذا لان هذه مزعجة شوي ما ارتحت لها مع انها زين يديك مثلا تشوف الاعداء كيف كانوا قريبين ولا لا بس انا تعودت على هذه. يب اخذنا المدسن. لا هذا باختصار هو الراشن. هذا باختصار الراشن اللي بالطاقة. يا الله. طبعا زي ما قلت لكم انا في دعايات راح احط لك طاحن فاعذروني. واللي على اللعبة راح يعرف ليه. يب هذا صوته.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack.
اي اعرف.
In the survival viewer, choose weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer.
Backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance.
اي يبدا يدوخ وصوت بطنه يبدا يطلع اصوات.
For example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you
بس
fire.
الكاتب
Once
يبدا
its
يروح الحين.
durability reaches zero, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon.
ما يعرف.
Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence.
Ouch.
No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident.
حرب راح تصير.
Can't let
بس.
anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
احسب عليك
Then
من
I just
الحين.
have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
Yep.
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
آه.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct.
Eh.
The mission rests entirely in your hands.
ما عليك ما في ضغط.
One-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak,
Oh,
as well
paramedic.
as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Para.
يب
medic.
هذه
As in a
الباراميديك.
medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular.
افضحها
Cuban.
واساميهم.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
افضحها واساميهم الحين راح يجيهم بعد شوي.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
هذا جديد عاد
She's
الفريكونسي.
also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency. 140.
ما تتغير هذا دائما نفسه.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you?
ذا بوس احسن
The
شخصية في
legendary
سلسلة
soldier and
الجير.
your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many
احسن
years is it
شخصية في
then?
مثل جير.
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years,
Oh, yeah.
72 days, and 18 hours.
ساتر حاسب.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really?
الشيء الغريب اللي مثلت صوت ذا بوس هي اللي مثلت صوت ذيك البنت مستر
Why'd you
سلطع
disappear
في
on
سبونج
me all
بوب.
of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No. I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and
صح.
body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the
صادقة.
same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield.
طبعا زي ما تقدر تو الحين يجيك تغير الصور.
They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you
صح.
abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do
وش
whatever I
هالكلام
have to do to get
الكبير
it
ذا اللي
done.
جاء من أول لعبة؟
I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time. And so do the
وش
limits
الكلام
of a
الكبير؟
country. So there's no
والله
such
صدق كلام
thing
كبير
as
من
an
أول لعبة
enemy in
غريبة.
absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
وش
What is it?
Call me Snake.
طيب.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code
يب
name is
ضاعت
Snake.
اسمه.
It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit. A group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've
راح
got a
نباريهم
legendary
حنا.
hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
يب.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
وش
Yes,
It's good to hear your voice again.
same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you were always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC.
close quarter combat.
I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the major?
لا.
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on...
هذا رقم سنيك مثل جير 2.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov.
الحين ضيعنا الحين ساعتين احنا قاعدين نتكلم.
Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you.
طيب.
Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
خلاص قلت لي 3 مرات هيك يا توم. متعود اقول كامبر كثير.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
يب سكين مع مسدس. بعدين غيروه مثل جير 4 والظاهر 4 بيس واكر على ما اظن. انه يقدر يستخدم رشاش وسكين مع بعض.
Commencing this mission now.
اخيرا بدينا الحين. طبعا لازال قدامنا كم دعاية لازم نشوفه. دقيقة. نروح باك نبي نوخر هذا. وخلهن هذول يبغاهن. عطني لايف ميديسن. نوخر هذا. وهذا هذا اللي تو اللي وخرته ينكبنا الرادار. هذا ينكب ليه؟ اذا تضغط يقول بوينك يطلع صوت. اذا طلع الصوت وش يصير؟ يسمعون اللي حولك فتنك انت الحين. هذا تستخدم كونك تشوف الرادار القديم، بس هذا ما يوضح الاعداء وينهم، بس يوضح نقط. هالنقط هذه يمكنها حيوانات او عصافير او اي شيء. يلا والحين مستنقع خبر مت هنا مرة الظاهر. وقفت عند الطين ومرة ترك اليد، يوم رجعت الا انا وانا ميت. في تماسيح ما اذكر انه هناك في، ما يدي الظاهر في هناك ايتم، بس ما اتوقع اني بحتاجه لان بنخسر الايتمز اول شيء بالبداية. شفت هذاك اللي هناك حق النحل. ممتاز، حلو، خلاص يلا دقيقة خلنا باخر اللبس. عطني هذا ازين، هذا زي الغابة، والكاموفلاج حق وجه عطني هذا. وهم حسنوا كثير مثل جير 4 انها بدلت سنيك الاكتو كام اسمه، انه مثلا لو قاعد على الجدار او على الارض تلون نفس اللبس كله. الحين اقول R1 عشان تشوف.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s.
And grenades. ان شاء الله في كودك كول.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law.
قلت لي.
You can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting camouflage from the survival viewer. The uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted.
هذا التختيم الأول في جير 3.
Instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the Camo Index. The Camo Index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
يبغى لهم كذا باص. أنا تنسوي سكيب كان هذا كله تدريب بس. يلا. عملك هناك في قناص على اليمين لو نروح نقدر ناخذه. بس ما منهم فائدة الصراحة ناخذ أسلحة كثار. لأنهم بيروحن. هذاك واحد جاي. هلا اوه ما اخذت مسدس. اصبر. يلا. خلاص الحين بنمشي الجسر، نمشي الجسر ثم بنروح بعد الحين للمبنى نلقى سوكولوف وننقذه. الحين قاعد يناظر الجندي، الحين بناظر حقة النحل فوق. وش ذا اللي جيت رهيب. الحين بيعلمونك يعني يمديك تطلق عليه وتطيح وتجيه النحل. الحمد لله على بالي بيكلمهم مرة ثانية يقولوا شو اسوي هنا. ممتاز. هذول راحوا وراه خافوا. واو انا نزيت شوي. ما في جنود. حلو راح في رشاش هناك تحت بس ما في فايدة ناخذه حاليا، ما منه فايدة اننا ناخذه لانه زي ما قلت لكم الاسلحة كلها بتروح عنا.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump.
لا معناته انه هو هنا.
I can't see Sokolov from here.
اكيد مغبينه جوا يعني بيطلعونه برا سنيك.
There are sentries posted around the perimeter.
معقولة ما حد شافه.
I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive.
ولا
He must
يهمك.
not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
حلو.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
وشو؟
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
وشو؟
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
يلا. ممتاز. اكس انسدح. هذا ممتاز. اللي هناك اوبس ضيعتك. ممتاز. الحين نمشي. هذاك واحد. ممتاز. الكاميرا يمدي ادخل من هناك بس خبر في واحد هناك. اوبس هذاك واحد. خلاص خلصنا دخلنا عند الحين بدون ما ننكشف. يلا سوكولوف. سوكولوف عساك ما متنت. لا ما مات الحمد لله الى الحين. لا تحرق الورق ابغاهن.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volkin's men?
لا تحرق.
You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
Your CIA?
Yeah.
ايه
I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
لبسينك مو مرة زين الصراحة مركز به شوي.
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Ocelot.
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt. Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago,
فولغن بالنسبة لي هو أحسن شرير هنا عنهم كله بعدين.
Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Yep.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the Gru. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Cronin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans.
أنا بس السؤال الوحيد أبي أعرف ليه هو يطلق كهرب.
Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power.
أنا بس السؤال الوحيد اللي يحرر الحين بفولغن شلون جاب الكهرب؟
The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then the soldiers outside.
مجرد اختبار وفلا تجارب.
Exactly. They would
يعطيه العافية
need
جاوب عليه.
just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
طيب ولا
Leave it
يهمك.
to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb.
ما اسمع نتكلم روسي.
Learn to speak it.
From my mentor.
احنا سمعنا بس تتكلم انجليزي.
That's so.
ممكن يتكلم معي روسي.
America is truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
أرى بيكلمهم الحين. لا. طيب وانت تمشي كلمهم.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
No one spotted me.
كفو.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
يمكن ضعف يعني إشارة من ذا بوس. يمكن. أحد المشهد الحين يشوف سنيك ينظف معه ويطلع من تحت قاعد ينظف معه. يسوي نفسه فنان. لا حد الدعاية دي دائما حلوة. مو بس أنا هالسبب في سبب ثاني بعد شوي بيطلع الحين أوسلت. وش اللي الحين اللي بيسوي بيد؟ شوف هدوكن يعني ولا كم ها سنيك سحب عليه يركض قلص برلي. طلع راسه خلاص اروح تخوفونه يعني. اوه واه واه.
So this is the legendary boss.
يب هذا اصل الجاء.
We meet at last.
شو ما يستخدم الريفولفر، يستخدم مسدس عادي.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. Huh. What's a Gru soldier doing here?
Soldier.
Soldier?
He's the Ocelot commander.
That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
الدعاية مرة حلوة.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
الحين بيطلق. اطلقوا وش تحترون انتم؟ اغبياء. شوف الفرق بين اوسلت الحين مو بانه شايب يعني مثلا بتجير 1 او 2 لا هنا تشوف واحد بشوفة نفس بتجير 1 و 2 تشوف واحد ذكي مخطط. يب بيجيبه. طبعا هم ما يقولونه بس ان اوسلوت ظهر انه ولد ذا بوس وابوه ذا سورو. اللي ما يعرف ذا سورو هذا الشبح ذاك اللي يطلع لك بعدين بتشوف الدعايات.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the Gru.
Sokolov, take cover.
الحين بيطلع الصوت الغبي ده.
You're not the boss, are you?
لا بعدين اصير ذا بوس انا بيس ووكر. شو بتسمع الصوت ده بدون ما تضحك؟ فرق ما تسكت انت.
What is that stance?
طنز عليه الحين.
That gun.
او ما شي بيان عن شكلكم كلكم
You're
الحين.
not the boss. Then die.
شافت الرصاصة. الحين نكبوا يلحقون هو اللي ينقذون اوسلوت.
Leave it. Shoot the other one.
طلق على ذا هذا تخدر. احسن جندي بالعالم. دوخهم كلهم ونوم هذا. هذا بالله واقف شوف. طخ. قلت ابن بينج طاحت الرصاصة.
You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do. But testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart.
Yep.
You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
الله يزبل لك علمك الأسلحة بعد. يعني هو الحين سطرك ومعك مسدس، الحين تبيه ومعك سكين، يعني مو مسطرك.
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
You're pretty good.
Pretty
Good.
good.
مات. ترد متعود انت جير 2-1.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you alright?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuban.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting
Yep.
on you.
الحين راح اسوي شيء الحين بسرعة واوقف المقطع لانه بعد الدعاية ان شاء الله حتجينا بعد الدعاية، بعد راح تجينا مقطع ثاني الدعاية طويلة. شو صار الحين ان ذبحت اوسلوت، اللعبة راح تنتهي، راح تاخذ جيم اوفر. شيء اسمع.
Created a time paradox. Snake, you can't go changing the future like that.
واذا طولت الحين الاوسو تزداد تتغير تصير تايم بارادوكس، لان اللعبه عرفت اذا مات اوسو الحين هنا وبالماضي معناته بالمستقبل ما راح تصير تغير 2 ولا 1، كل شيء راح يتغير. يلا راح نوقف مقطع هنا، يعطيكم الف عافيه على المشاهده شباب، ان شاء الله رجعنا راح نكمل متل جير 3. يلا مع السلامه.